Hey guys, what's up? So I'm back with another video, and this time it's related to design. This you can call it a design review or a design breakdown. Some might find it critiquing, but it's not. I'm actually trying to use my knowledge and help improve this app. But for anyone who has an app who has built something like this, kudos to them because it takes a lot of effort to do something like this. It's no easy feat because designing, like, first of all, researching, creating the user flows, designing, and developing and testing and all those stuff. On top of that, getting approval from Apple, it's not easy feat. So, uh, if the founder is watching, please don't take it personally. So starting off, this is a website I used to check out designs of certain apps, websites, and especially their flow. So yeah, it has a bunch of websites, sorry, apps and also websites, and it's pretty damn cheap. So if you guys want to check it out, you have it. The app is Haptic. So what Haptic does is, I have my notes over here. It is action-based journal. So what it does is it helps you organize your habits and activities, so you know what's going on in your life. And starting off, we have this screen for the onboarding. It explains the app, and it just asks you to scroll. It doesn't ask like literally, but you can see this edge over here. It invites the user to scroll or swipe, and we have the steps. Step one is add habits. Okay, and then we are shown a screen. So the thing is, one thing that I want to comment is the steps. It's actually important for the user to know what they are going to do and how long it would take. But this is a single screen. Um, the recommendation is to have something over here showcasing the number of steps the user has, or they can have something like step 1 out of 5, 1 out of 6, so the user knows where they are going. This is called goal gradient effect. When the user knows that they have a certain amount of steps, it's motivating for them to move. um, yeah, moving on. Add habits and activities that you want to track. Let's go. So this screen, I have some issues with it. Now if you think habits and activities are something that is kind of unique for a lot of people. So for example, I might not be someone who is reading books or going on flights or listening to podcasts. It is very niche, and this is one issue I had. And then the number of choices. So if you go on to the other pages, you'll see like they have a lot of choices, and users literally have to scroll and select, which is not the experience. So there is a law called Hick's law, and it states that as the number of choices increase, the user gets overwhelmed. So we don't want that at the beginning of the onboarding, because users have limited amount of cognitive energy, and we do not use that up. We want that energy for the user to use it using our app and getting the value. And the other important thing is, these five um, habits are already selected, and it says it's basic and always enabled. Again, I might not be someone who is reading books, so how can I remove them, right? So yeah, my suggestion would be having an input field asking the users to type in. Under the input field, we can have some basic suggestions, so users get inspired. Okay, this is what they want me to add, and users can add them. That way it's easier for users to uh, choose something and add. Plus, it has the foot in the door effect. That means we are letting the user take the first step rather than we selecting the stuff. and it's uh, a low effort action. And there is the payment screen over here, because it says the they if they want to track more than 5 habits, they have to go for a pro version. Listen, I it's again a business goal, right? For me personally, I wouldn't what I would do is I would let the user select all these, like, basic or at least 5 habits that they like, and then if they want to select more, I'll ask them to go for a trial or purchase the plan. But again, my suggestion would be, I mean, I have to think about it, but it's better for them to charge or have the paywall once the user gets the value. Um, so maybe we can just give them 5 options for now, and like ask them to purchase more, or uh, maybe we can let them have add more habits, and not and just get them to the app and maybe show a paywall, something like that. Again, this is just random. I need to think, because design is a process that needs to be thought carefully. Yeah, sorry for the blabbering, but when you pay, it gives this delightment of confettis and praising the user. You are a legend, your subscription is active now, you can create more than 5 custom categories, have access to insight, and change app icons. Awesome, awesome stuff. But still, I would be someone who would need custom habits. And the third step is enable health access, so Haptic can auto magically import your activities to your timeline. Again, it provides context on why they would need this, but still the user is not in the app, and the health only allows sleep, steps, and weight. So if it's other than sleep, steps, and weight, the users can actually use the app. And what I would suggest is, if the user is about to add something related to sleep or weight, then they can ask the permission. So it's all about reciprocity, because if the user wants something, you have to give it, and then ask something from the user. In this case, the user would want to track their weight, right? And then you would say, hold on, you can track it, but we would need access to this. So we can import your activities to your timeline, and you have better data, something like that. Then the user would realize, okay, that's needed, and they would actually comply, commit to the action, because they took the first action. So this is a user initiated trigger. uh, and again, one thing that I missed was, here you have to provide context on why these are important, right? Because now, when I start adding stuff over here, so if you look at the screen, when I start adding stuff over here, I don't know why these are applied. Like, why, I don't know where this list came from. So it's better for you to uh, give the context. Anyway, you go into the app. The app is really beautiful. It's very simple. Even the icons, they are not named, so users have to click around to find what's happening. And yeah, the first activity is install. So the step count is really important. Like, once the user comes to the screen, it's important for the app to nudge the user into creating a journal. That way the onboarding is completed. So yeah, first of all, the steps should be very clear, and the user should understand each and every step. I guess, I assume the user understands each and every step, but the number of steps are not clear, you know. Uh, that's what I see. But anyway, you can see this, you can add new stuff, and also add a category over here. So if I go into this, you can add a category. A new category can be created, mind and mood, mind and mood. So see, the user, if they want to create a new category, they must be able to do it from the get-go, right? Uh, I know it's a paid feature, but um, at least they must be able to create a habit that is unique to them. So yeah. Anyways, you select, and then we move on to this screen again. They can select mind and mood, and they can add a comment and a day. Boom, it's done, it's saved. You can add stars as well. The star is actually a slider, which is cool. They say you only need 21 days to build a habit. Let's try. So this is actually great messaging. So they are trying to get you into a habit, but instead of saying 21 days, we can ask the user to set a number of days that they would want to uh, like participate in a streak, right? Because no one, I mean, habits are really hard to form, so it's better for them to have a custom streak day. So like just 5 days, 7 days, something like that, right? And then once that's done, uh, we can have a small graph showing day 1 out of 21, day 1 out of 7. So the user knows, okay, I have to do something today, right? Or something like that. That's how they should be tracked, in my opinion. Then we are able to add albums, songs, and all those stuff. Great stuff. So it's just awesome. We can uh, they have a link to Apple Music and listen on Spotify, which is a great nudge into uh, not a great nudge, like letting the user take a easy route to listen, right? Awesome. Atomic habits, there are books as well, then flights. Nice. So we have all the stuff, and since this is the main screen, we only have like the main items, and this screen takes you to uh, the insights of what you have. And the insights are actually divided into days, weeks, months, and years, and it shows all this stuff. Daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly. So it shows books, games, and podcasts that you have been doing daily. So it actually reads your habits and categorizes them into a daily habit or a weekly or a monthly or a yearly habit, which is cool. But again, I cannot comment because again, I am using an Android. I have not used the app, and this is just screens that I'm looking at. And mind and mood, we have 3 events less than 1 hour since last mind and mood. So it gives us data on when we have last tracked it. Then given us streaks. Nice. I would customize this section a little bit, motivating the user to add more, because in some instances, now this is something that the user is like doing consistently, but there are some places where the user was reminded like 5 days since last traveling. So traveling is not something that is usually done, but when it comes to uh, daily habits, this messaging can be demotivating, and we call this cognitive dissonance. So the user is actually guilty. What we can do is we can change the messaging to say something like, you have been busy, uh, not you have been busy, but if they are not going to the gym, 5 days since not going to the gym, uh, we can frame the message in a positive way. You are doing great. It's been 5 days, but you can always start again, something like that, right? Pushing the user into creating a good habit, right? Not reminding them of their bad habits. So yeah, something to remember. But anyway, I really like the design. uh, they have a very minimalist look, and rather than having a written journal, design is this type of app is very useful. So yeah, if you do have any questions or comments, of course, please comment on this YouTube video and subscribe for more YouTube reviews. Talk soon.